It is quite an honor to be on Ray Stevens' CabaRay Nashville show. Man, what an honor to be invited. And he asked me to sing a couple of songs that were kind of important to me. And this first one, I have to start off by asking, how many veterans do we have in our audience? You hold your hand up, please. Look at that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All you fellas. Want to say thank you for your sacrifice to this country, guys. Thank you for being veterans and what that means to our country. It's something I know it's important to Ray, it's important to me, and I think one of the greatest things about country music is that we're probably the only genre of music out there where we get to write songs about our country, about our veterans, about our active duty, and they actually get on the radio and people know them, you know? That's a big thing, I think, in country music. Something to be proud of. I had the great honor of being able to grow up around one of my grandfathers, Papa Rich, and at 17 years old, he was living in Glasgow, Kentucky, and he got so aggravated and so really just upset because every week the train would come back through Glasgow with more caskets. And it would be neighbors, uncles, cousins, people he'd worked with, people he went to school with, and he wasn't allowed to fight because he was 17. And he's telling me this story at about 79 or 80 years old. And he said, man, I looked at him and I said, I don't understand because I can run, I can jump, I can shoot, put me in. And they just wouldn't take him. He was 17. So he had an older sister, and he got her to walk him down there and act like she was his mother and signed on behalf of him saying he was 18 when he wasn't 18. And they took him in. Well, he was about 5'3", 120 pounds. And he got into the Army, and sure enough, he could shoot and fight so good that they put him in a special forces unit, and they called him tunnel rats, which is what in the Pacific they would send the little guys into the hole. You guys know what I'm talking about. They'd send them into the cave with a flamethrower and a grenade belt, and their job was to flush the Japanese out the other side of that cave where we could take them prisoner. And so he did that for 3 years of World War II and wound up with 6 Purple Hearts. So he kept getting injured, and they'd fix him up, put him back in. Back then, you had to win, man. I mean, we had to win. And so Purple Heart didn't necessarily send you home at that point. They'd patch you up and send you back in. So I wish I would have written this song while he was still alive. It was probably 6 months after he passed away. He was just on my mind, and I said, I'm going to write a song about him. It's a simple little title. It's called The Good Lord and the Man, which is what I called him. He was the man. It goes like this. He was one of the millions who signed up to defend us long ago in 1941. But when they sucker punched us in Pearl Harbor, he fought under MacArthur, 17, with an Army Thompson gun. Well, he stormed a lot of beaches, slept in jungles with the leeches. He saw things a young man should never see. And when they shot him in the shoulder, he got back up and he marched forward. Left a lot of brothers dead in Kwajalein. And if it wasn't for the good Lord and the man, there wouldn't be a breath of freedom in this land. But now I see people on my TV taking shots at Uncle Sam. I hope they always remember why they can. 'Cause we'd all be speaking German, living under the flag of Japan, if it wasn't for the good Lord and the man. If it wasn't for the good Lord and the man. Now I'm the grandson of a soldier, and I'd fight the whole world over if duty called and freedom's on the line. Thanks to the greatest generation and the ones still fighting for our nation, I've never had to kill for my way of life. And if it wasn't for the good Lord and the man, there wouldn't be a breath of freedom in this land. When I see people on my TV taking shots at Uncle Sam, I hope they always remember why 'cause we'd all be speaking German, living under the flag of Japan, if it wasn't for the good Lord and man. I'll play. If it wasn't for the good Lord and the man, there wouldn't be a breath of freedom in this land. When I see people on my TV taking shots at Uncle Sam, I hope they always remember why they can. 'Cause we'd all be speaking German, living under the flag of Japan, if it wasn't for the good Lord and the man. If it wasn't for the good Lord and